Morning, everyone. Thought I wasn't going to see you for a while. Thought I had a couple days, maybe a week before I'd have to start covering Secret Lair things again. But yeah, not up to me. We've got Festival in a Box is coming out on August 19th, which means we've got another limited release, and there's a bunch of stuff in there. So let's get into it. Okay, let's talk about what's in Festival in a Box Las Vegas 2024. First up, we've got Mystery Booster 2. This is the new Mystery Booster, obviously first one being Mystery Booster 1, and this one's got over 1,000 different reprints in it, amongst other things. They said it's not going to be retail, unlike the other Mystery Boxer 1, which also had a retail version. This one is only going to be for convention and offered here as a Secret Lair. Seems like a really fun set to draft. People that have played with it at Gen Con and then probably next is up at Vegas. But the people at Gen Con said that it was a ton of fun. Everyone seemed to like it a lot and think it was a fun draft experience. So all things being said, this seems like a fun box to get your hands on. If you're not familiar with what Mystery Booster 2 is or what Mystery Booster is in general, this is a bunch of it's basically a draft format. It's basically a set that's meant to be drafted, and it's got a bunch of playtest cards in it, a bunch of iconic staples from Magic, artwork from all over the place. This time they're including future sight frames. We've got some weird white border. It's like the modern border, but stylized just to look white. So I don't know. I don't really like it as much as I like classic old white border, but you know, it's here and I prefer having it than not having it, so happy to see it. This is a product that's made by the lead designer Gavin Verhey, and it's just something that he likes to do, and they had it in the budget for convention this year, so they decided to put it out. Last year's Festival in a Box had a sort of chaos draft of just draft packs from all the standard sets that had recently come out then. This time they've replaced that with 3 different collector boosters. We've got a Lost Caverns of Ixalan booster, we've got a Wilds of Eldraine booster, and most notably we have a Commander Masters collector booster. That's really nice to see. Then we've got a promo pack of 4 cards. This is going to be a Plains, a playtest card called Convention Morrow. Then we have a Ponder and a Swords to Plowshares, which have previously been released at MagicCon. Ponder is currently going for $28, and you can get this Swords to Plowshares for around $40. So this is a solid promo include here. And finally, the lair that I'm here and talking about is Little Legendaries. This is a pack of legendary creatures. We've got 5 of them, and they're all in the chibi style. We've seen this style of lair for planeswalkers before. I don't think we've gotten it for just legendary creatures, so these should be pretty good, and we're going to talk about them. All right, let's talk Little Legendaries. What all is in this Secret Lair? We're going to kick things off with Rhea Dawnbringer. We haven't seen a reprint of her in 5, almost 6 years now. Only 7 reprints. She's got an EDH rec rank of 3153, which is, you know, playable, not playable. People certainly love it. It's an older bomb, basically. It's being a little classed out of the format these days, little power crept, but nonetheless, if it does manage to hit the table, it does a lot of work. Currently, she is $3 in non-foil, $4 in foil. Next up, we've got Orvar the Allform. He's $3.80 in the non-foil and $4.80 in the foil. He's seen 4 reprints. Last we saw him was 3 years ago, 33 ranked on EDH Rec. Again, kind of a more niche card. People like to play him as a commander. He does like weird copy effects and stuff, and you can chain a lot of things together. So he's a niche commander or just in more niche decks, but people do love playing him. After that, we've got Drana, the Last Blood Chief. I really like the art here. Haven't seen her in 4 years, and she's only gotten like 3 reprints. She's currently ranked 4061. She's okay. Yeah, I mean, cool reanimation stuff here. Again, love the art. She's worth about $1.55 and $1.86 in the foil. After that, we've got Lavinia, Azorius Renegade. We just saw her 6 months ago, and she's had about 6 reprints. Currently ranked 2026. Here on EDH Rank, she's a popular stacks piece, and she's currently worth 30 cents in the non-foil and 43 cents in foil. Finally, the quote-unquote big ticket item of this layer is Omnath, Locus of Creation. You used to see a lot of play in Modern, as you know, the Elementals deck saw a good amount of play. That's kind of fallen off now with MH3 on the rise. It had kind of fallen off before that, but you get my point. Not super played anymore, but still a pretty strong card. We've seen 4 reprintings of them. Last a few years ago, currently ranked 3183. This is a $5.60 card in the non-foil and a $7.78 card in the foil. So how are we doing price-wise on this? Well, it's kind of tough to say, as you can't just buy this layer by itself. You do have to buy the whole festival in a box. But for argument's sake, let's say this layer was worth the normal $29.99. That's what they were selling it for. The singles here are worth $14.26. So not super great, but as I said, the pricing is pretty obscured here, and we're going to cover the whole festival in a box pricing at the end, just because that's how it's sold. You can't buy this separately. All right, so how does this layer rate? It's got a financial score of 2. As you saw, the singles weren't worth a ton here. Art, I gave a 4. I really like how some of these cards look. I'm a little biased for the chibi stuff, but I think Rhea and Drana both look amazing, and I like the little gumball, angry little gumball Omnath. He's pretty cute. Lavinia's fine, and Orvar, it's tough to make him cute when he really doesn't have a face. I'm not sure why they picked him for this, but hey, he's here, right? You know, who am I to judge? Playability, this is like a 3. There's nothing crazy great staple-wise here, but there's nothing just stone-cold unplayable. So, you know, solid, run-of-the-mill, good value here in terms of playability. So overall, this layer gets a 3. Really like it. You know, I like the art a lot. Financial is kind of but these are cute cards. Obviously, they can all be your commander, which is really huge. The previous chibi iterations were all mostly planeswalkers, so you couldn't actually use them as your commander. So having a set of cards that you can actually run as the front of your deck is really awesome. All right, so we've got to talk financial value. And as I said before, this one is a little weird. We've got to see how the whole bundle is going to be priced. You can't just say, hey, this is what the layer costs, because you can't just buy the layer. So let's break down how much the festival in a box is going to cost. They said that it is going to go for $249.99, so $250 for this secret layer when it comes out on August 19th. As we said before, let's say the layer goes for $29.99. That'd be part of this cost. As part of the price breakdown, we're just going to use the same price and cost for the collector's boosters, just to keep things clean here. So a collector booster of Lost Caverns of Ixalan that's going for about $26.85. The Wilds of Eldraine collector booster is going for $23.75. The Commander Masters is going for about $53.69. I'm not going to assign a price to the promo pack, because you typically don't charge for a promotional item. At least I don't see it that way. So that leaves us with a price of about $115.71 for the Mystery Box 2. They were selling Mystery Box 1, I think, when this originally came out. We could get boxes for about $110. So honestly, this seems like a pretty fair asking price for what they're giving you. Now let's talk specifically about, you know, singles prices, what you could get out of this box. So, as I said, singles price for the little legendaries is about $14.26. Now, while we know these promo cards are only like $1 or a few cents, we know that these specific versions of it, specifically the MagicCon ones, have been going for around $30 to $40. So, overall, I would say this is about maybe $60 worth of value here in this promo slot, which is really nice. As I said, I'm keeping all the collector booster pricing the same, so whatever we put in the price breakdown is what I'm going to put in this like value, is I guess what I'm going to call it. After that, we've got MB2, the display box. Currently, an MB1 box is going for $178, so we're going to use that as a stand-in here. We're going to do a full EV breakdown of MB2 later, but for now, I think that gets us a good estimate as to what this could be worth in the future, or what this one's going to be worth right now. That means that the quote-unquote value for this is around $364, which I think is very good. Obviously, there's a high barrier to entry here, as you do have to spring for $250 off the rip. There's no piecemeal, oh, I just want this layer, or I want this. It's either you get all of this stuff or you get none of it. So I think if you're in the position to get it, I think it's solid. Personally, I'm going to snag this layer or attempt to at least, because I'm not going to MagicCon, and I want to draft this with my friends. It looks super fun. I think the includes of the collector packs are much more fun to open for me. I didn't really want to do a chaos draft or anything like that. I really like the promo pack. I think the Swords to Plowshares is really ridiculous looking, so very into that. And yeah, I think overall this is a solid offering. It's a good price for this. I think you get a lot of value out of it. And yeah, overall, I'm happy with this offering, even though it's like the third Secret Lair release that's happening in August, which is like, oh my gosh, come on, guys, slow it down just a little bit. Move one of these just into the beginning of the month again. We need a little breather here. But that's it. That's Festival in a Box. I hope this gave you some semblance of what is going on, what the worth is here. I hope you liked the video. Hit subscribe, all that stuff. Let me know in the comments whether or not you think it's worth buying and if you're going to or not. And I'll see you in the next one.